What up? This is a microphone test. I posted my bike on a previous video that I have. Nothing crazy. It's an 01 Honda F4i. So yeah, here's the bike. I'm gonna just ride it around a little bit, just to test the microphone mainly. Been moving the mic around a little bit here and there just to get a better sound, because I'm using the external mic. I'm actually using the drift one. I got the drift camera, and I have the drift specific microphone that goes with it. It's pretty loud outside right now, so hopefully it sounds okay in the mic. You will, without a doubt, see me do some noob stuff. And that's okay. I've been riding for what? A couple weeks now, about 3 weeks. And oh shoot, son! A bee just came and almost smacked me right in the face. I have my helmet up. And my face shield up, and the bee just hit me like literally right in the mouth right here. You can't see where I just pointed, but yeah, right in the mouth. Holy crap, this is gonna be dangerous, son. What was that even? I've been riding for almost a month now, a couple weeks. Actually, I'd consider like a solid 3 weeks. I've had the bike for like 4 or 5, but the first 2 weeks I didn't really ride. Hopefully the mic, hopefully the sound isn't too echoey right now, but the first 2 weeks I didn't really ride it like I wanted to, because I was like super noob, and I was afraid of stalling out everywhere I went. So I was still riding my car, and then I get home and then I'd ride the bike a little bit around the neighborhood, try to get used to it. But yeah, just one day I just said screw it, and if I stall out, YOLO, and if I don't, then I'm good. So, and I've just been riding since then. I just keep getting smacked with stuff. That's what motovlogging is. Sheesh. Figure I'd tell you about how I got my bike in the first place. First, I want to make sure I'm recording, because that would suck if I wasn't. Okay. Yeah, I've always wanted a bike. I mean, I've wanted a bike since I was like early college. I've been out of college now for like, or at least out of undergrad for a couple of years, like 3 years, well, 3 years now. And, you know, ever since mid to early undergrad, I've wanted a bike. I went back and forth between thinking about super sports or cruisers, and my boy Mike, he convinced me into getting a super sport, and I'm glad he did, because me on a cruiser right now, that'd be really weird. But I was never able to afford it, especially being a college student. And so I was always a fan, and I'd just look online, I'd just look at bikes, look at YouTube, look at Craigslist. I was never able to afford it, and I was all upset about it. And finally I finished college, and now I've got my job. I'm a teacher, teach 5th grade. And yeah, and pretty much I had a nicer car than my wife, because I was driving a Chevy Metro in an 01 Chevy Metro. And one day the car just died, or we thought it died, but we'll just say that it died, because in my head it did. And I was like, man, it's dead. My dad came over. I had a mechanic looking at it. He was saying it was a tranny, and I was like, dang, man, that sucks. So I just ended up taking the car to Pick and Pull, and I got a new car. Well, it wasn't new, but it was new to me. And it was an '07 Nissan Sentra, which is a lot newer than '01, and not newer and nicer than an '01 Metro. So yeah, I was mobbing around in that, and turns out, long story short, turns out the car wasn't actually dead. It was, there's some piece, I'm having a brain fart, but it was just a piece that it needed. And, so as we were at Pick and Pull, dude actually put my car in drive and just like took off. We were like, what the? My dad and I, he doesn't see the green light. Green light, yo. My dad and I, we're like, what is going on? So my dad raced out there, and he got the car back because we hadn't officially signed papers yet. So my dad kept the Metro, and I already had the Nissan at this point because the Metro is inoperable, or at least in my head it was. So yeah, I just kept the Nissan, and my dad kept the Metro. Pretty much, I was driving a nice car, nicer, and my wife was driving this, what is it? It's a something Mirage, Mitsubishi Mirage, but I forget what year. And she had a longer commute than I did. She's driving like 45 minutes to work one way, and I was driving pretty much around the corner in my Nissan. And so yeah, we made a deal because I had always wanted this bike, and the deal was, you know, you can go ahead and drive my car because it's a lot nicer than yours, and I want to get a bike. But yeah, so I've been mobbing around the bike. And how I found the bike, I was looking on Craigslist, and I was really impatient because I was all about the bikes and whatnot. And so yeah, I was looking Super Sport, Ninja 250. At the time, I was all about the Ninja 250. Wasn't really looking at anything else. I'll tell you about why I ended up with the 600 later, but so like Ninja 250, Ninja 600, CBR 600, thanks bro. And so I found, first thing that happens was I find these two bikes. One is a Ninja Zixer ZX6R 636, and I also found another 01 F4i, not the one that I have, but another one. It was a lot nicer than the one I have. I'm not complaining about what I have, but it was a lot nicer. And at the time, I was looking at the pictures on Craigslist, and I was like, dang, dude, that ZX looks really good. And I was pretty much all about the ZX. So I went to go see it, went to go check it out, and dude only posted he posted the good side of the bike. Pretty much he had a bad accident, like he laid it down super hard, and the gas tank was jacked up right about yay area, jacked up, and apparently after his crash it was inoperable for a while. So he put a lot of work into it, trying to just get it back up to, back up to running. And I was upset, I was mad, I was like, dude, I just mobbed like 45 minutes. I know people drive further for a bike, but I was like, I just mobbed like 45 minutes to come out here. You didn't even tell me about this. I asked you if there's anything wrong with it, you didn't say anything. He was asking for $35 or $3,500 on Craigslist, and I was like, bro, I was willing to spend $3,500 at the time because it was super nice. It was like a 05. It was looking good, and I was like, yeah, man, low miles, let's do it. Well, you failed to tell me about this. So on the spot, I hit up other dude that had the other F4i, and I was like, yo, bro, do you have anything? Is there anything wrong with your bike? And then he said, well, what are you guys doing? He said, there's some basic cosmetic scratches. And then he sent me the scratching, and I'm like, bro, that's what I'm talking about. Nothing wrong with this. So then I hit him up, but his problem was he was not trying to come down on the price too much. He really, really wanted 35. I brought him down to 3,000, but he really, really wanted 35, and he ended up saying, "Hey, bro, if you show up with 35, I'll give it to you." And I was like, "All right, cool. I gotta get it from you tomorrow." At the time, I didn't even have my permit, so I couldn't ride it. I couldn't ride it back from my house. I had to wait for my boy, who lived the next town over, or a couple towns over actually, to ride it back for me. And he couldn't just do it that night. By this point, it was like 9:30. He was going to mob to where I live in Fresno, and then drive my bike back, and then go back to his place in solid 45 minutes away from there. So I just told him, "Yo, catch me in the morning, or catch me tomorrow after work." So I go to work, come back from work, he texts me, "Hey bro, sorry, my cousin bought it for 35. So I was a little upset, but I understood. I was like, okay, you trying to get all the money that you can, whatever, that's cool. Go back to the search, and I find another F4i 01. It's got more miles than the last one did, and he's asking the same price. And I'm looking online, and it looks fine. And I'm looking online, it looks fine, so we mob out there to take a look, me and my boy. And so yeah, he rides it, and he tells me, "Dude, you need to get on it, because it's going to be your bike, and how can you really judge it unless you ride it?" And I was like, yeah, you're right, but at the same time, I had never even been on a motorcycle at this point. I had never even been on a motorcycle, and I'm in front of the owner, and I'm like, "Dude, I really don't want to, I kind of just want to take your word for it, because I don't want to drop this guy's bike, because I know I'm going to." I ended up getting on the bike, and so yeah, and I'd watched a bunch of YouTube videos on on how to ride and whatnot, how to get going. So I knew the basic mechanics of what I was supposed to do, but I had just never done it. I'd never sat on a bike before, and so I get it going. I didn't stall. He lived on a cul-de-sac, and I got it going, and I was like, "Yeah, buddy, I got it rolling." Didn't even stall out. You know, they were telling me afterwards, "Hey, man, you know, I thought you were underselling your talents. I thought you were a little better than what you were putting on, anyways." So I had gotten it going, got to the end of the street, and he lives on a cul-de-sac. Pulled a U-ey around the cul-de-sac. I was like, "Boss, son, I got this." At the other end of the cul-de-sac was a stop sign. And I was like, okay, cool, stop sign. I've been driving for years. I know what to do. Oh, crap. I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. I mean, I did because of the YouTube videos, but, like, at that moment, I had forgot it. I had forgotten everything. And I was like, oh, no. What do I do? So I come up to a stop. I hit the brakes. Don't even clutch. Hit the brakes. It stalls out. Boom, boom, boom. Got it to a stop. I put my foot down. Well, not even realizing that it's as heavy as it is. Like, the bike is heavy, yeah, but it's a lot heavier than I anticipated at that moment. I ended up putting it right down on the floor in front of that guy, and the guy was super chill about it. He was like, "Hey, man, don't even worry about it. I haven't ridden it for a year. It's just gonna sit there. It's been dropped before. No cosmetic damage was done to it. You laid it down nice and softly." I was pretty much just embarrassed, and I told him, "Look, man, I'll buy it," because I felt bad. You don't drop another dude's bike. And he was telling me, "No, just, you know, if you want it, you can get it. If not, it's all right." So it made me feel a little better, and so I thought about it for a while, and then came to the conclusion. I was like, you know what? Like, I still want it. There's no cosmetic damage that wasn't already there. there was no cosmetic damage that was done to it. What's going on? And so I just picked it up, and I've been riding it ever since. But yeah, been mobbing around, learning a couple things here and there. Currently learning how to multitask, talk into the mic, and then still ride as normal, but good times. If interested, I'm out of here. This was just supposed to be a mic test. This whole thing could be a waste right now, and I'd be really upset if the sound sounds like crap. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, troll, peace.